Hello, I'm Nikki. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I wanted to do more of a dynamic type prenatal yoga practice with you all. So make sure you have blocks handy if you need blocks, or a bolster. I just have my yoga mat, but I will be showing modifications for you. So let's come to a standing position on our mat. Back up here. Okay, so we're going to start by getting centered first. So bring your hands to heart center. Bring your feet out wide. Turn your attention inward. Close your eyes. Start to concentrate on your breathing. This dynamic type of breathing we call Ujjayi breath. So what you should be hearing is your breath sounding like you're listening to a seashell or the sound of the ocean. Big inhale and exhale through your nose. I want your focus to be primarily on your breath today as we go through the practice, and equal in-breaths and out-breaths. So, keeping in this position here with our feet wide on our mats, draw your fingers downward, drop your head over to your right. Slowly roll your head around to the opposite side. And roll it again, chin to chest, over to the other side. One more time, chin to chest, and then to the opposite side. Reach your hand down toward your foot, as close as you can get it. Getting a nice stretch in your side body here. And then we're going to move over to the opposite side. Again, you want to make sure your hips are staying in the same place, and you're just dropping your arm down, so you should be feeling a nice stretch going all the way down the side of your body right here. Slowly come back up to center. Pivot, so both of your feet are facing the same direction, which means you're going to be coming up on your toes in the back. Get down as low as you feel comfortable here. I'm going to get a nice bend in my knees. You want to make sure, though, you can look right here and see your big toe. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our breath to move through these poses. We're going to inhale, drop our knee down, exhale, and come up. We're going to do that for 5 breaths. Inhale down. Exhale up. Holding this pose here for a moment. Bring your hands to heart center. Really drive your heel back now, so you feel a nice stretch down the back of your leg. Bring your gaze forward. If your legs are as wide as mine, bring that back foot in a little bit so you can bring your heel all the way down. Straighten that front leg. For better balance, you may want to bring this toe out a little bit, but keep your hips pointed forward. We're going to inhale our arms up and exhale and extend over that leg. Now, here's a good time to have some blocks if you can't touch the ground, so you're nice and modified. You want to make sure your back is nice and straight. You should be feeling a stretch going all the way back down this leg in front. Slowly bend this knee in front so you can easily come back up to a standing position. We're going to move on to the opposite side. Bring both feet forward and then turn both feet to the opposite direction. Again, we're going to do 5 breaths. I'm losing my balance here. By the way, if you do start to lose your balance, you can move this knee in a little bit further. You just want to make sure this front knee does not go over that big toe. So, again, whatever feels comfortable for you. We're going to inhale, back knee down, exhale up, 5 breaths. And again, settling back in with that bent front leg, making sure you can see that big toe. Drive that back heel back, get a nice stretch in that back leg. Slowly bring that back foot in a little bit. So your foot is all the way down. Straighten this front leg. Inhale your arms up. And exhale and forward fold over that front leg. After 5 breaths, slowly bend that leg a little bit so you can come all the way up to standing. Pivot yourself forward again. Shake your hips out. Excuse me. Okay. I have every single time I bend over, it's like my nose starts to run on one side. So excuse me. Okay. Turning both feet out, finding your balance. So you want to go ahead and tuck your butt in so you're not bowing yourself. I'll show you from the side. So, tucking your butt in versus popping it out. We don't want to pop it out at any point. We want to make sure we're saving our lower back here, especially because we're going to need that, right? For labor, picking up baby, all that good stuff. So, bringing your hips down nice and low as you feel comfortable. Make sure your feet are properly planted. You should feel on all points of your feet. So in your heels, Big toe, little toe, all should be touching. We're going to do the same thing here where we inhale, drop down, exhale, come up. So, starting up, inhale, drop down, bring your arms up, exhale, inhale, exhale. We're going to do this 10 times. Inhale, exhale. Go at your own breath. I'm on number 4 here. That was 7 for me. After you've done your 10, drop back down into that goddess pose. We want to get nice and fiery here. So if at any point you feel the need to come up, bring yourself up. Even a little bit, even if you're like, just a little bit helps. Keep breathing here. Five more breaths. Slowly make your way up. Turn both of your toes forward. Shake your hips from side to side. We're going to come into a nice yogi squat here. Relaxing all the way down. If you want to use a wall to help you, you definitely can. You can get right against that wall. Relax your back. You can use your elbows. Bring your knees a little bit wider. This is a good pose to know, especially for the end of your 3rd trimester when you're ready to go into labor. It always helps with digestion as well. So any ladies out there suffering with constipation, this is a good one. It also helps relieve the lower back. Always a plus. Slowly make your way out of this pose. In fact, we're going to come into child's pose for a moment. Come onto your hands and knees. Bring your knees out as wide as you feel comfortable. If you have a nice round belly in the way, as I do, I usually bring my knees out a little bit further than the mat. Bring my toes in together, drop my hips back, and then I start to walk my hands forward. And you can rest your head wherever you feel comfortable. Slowly make your way back up onto your hands and knees. We're going to go into some core strengthening. Core is important to work on whether you're pregnant or not, and no matter what your age is, because keeping your core healthy, active, and engaged helps keep the rest of your body moving smoothly. So we're going to focus on some postures that can easily be done during the pregnancy and help keep your core nice and tight so that way you don't get that lower back pain. So I'm going to go into a modified plank first. So on your hands and knees, you're going to walk your hands out a little bit further. You want to make sure it helps if you have a mirror or something you can look at, even your phone, if you want to record yourself so you can see what your back looks like. But you want to move your hips down until you feel your core engage. So if you're like this, you might feel it a little bit. The further down you bring your hips, the more you're going to feel this in your core. If this feels comfortable to you, you can alternate feet coming off your knees or come all the way on your toes. Again, the focus here is on your breath. So if your breath starts to get shaky, drop it down back to that modified posture. We're going to hold this for 5 breaths. Easy peasy, right? Get ready in what position feels comfortable for you, and go. After your 5th breath, we're going to move back into that child's pose. Bringing those knees nice and wide, dropping your hips back, walking your arms forward. Slowly make your way back up onto your hands and knees. Come into a comfortable seated position. We're going to do a few little stretches. If you can still, if your tummy is not in the way, and you're able to bring your feet out in front of you. Hopefully this feels comfortable to you. Just get back a little bit. For me, it feels like my belly's resting right on my legs. So I'm going to bring my feet a little bit further out to make room for baby. But again, if you feel fine with your feet together, that's perfect. Move any sort of fleshy parts so you're sitting directly on your sit bones. You should notice a bit of a difference there. Just moving your legs out. Inhale, bring your arms up. And exhale and slowly start to bend forward. You want to keep your back straight. So don't look like this. Back nice and straight. Reaching for those toes, but keeping that back straight. If you can reach your toes, go ahead and do so. Slowly make your way back up. Bring one foot forward and the other on the inside of your leg. Make sure your knee is not way up here. If it is, have something underneath it to protect it. And again, inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Release and switch sides. Again, inhale your arms up. Release on this side. This next pose, completely up to you whether you feel comfortable doing so or not. If you are in the 3rd trimester of your pregnancy, you may have difficulty breathing in this pose. We're going into happy baby pose. You can also do this a bit modified with something underneath your back. For anyone else who feels comfortable to do so, come laying down all the way on your back. And you're going to bring your hands to grasp the outside of your foot on both sides. And really drop that knee in toward the armpit. Try and keep your back flat to the mat. Slowly release those feet. Drop your knees over to one side. Bring your arm underneath your head. We're going into our final resting pose. We're in a nice, comfortable fetal position. Make sure you feel nice and comfy and relaxed. Close your eyes. Focus on your breathing. Start to breathe normally again. Quiet your mind. you have any sort of difficulty keeping your mind quiet, as you inhale, I want you to focus on how cool the air feels as it enters your nostrils. And as you exhale, all the heat leaving your body. Inhale the coolness and exhale the heat. Slowly bring awareness back into your body. Wiggle your toes. Slowly press yourself up into a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed. Bring your hands to heart center. Think of all the wonderful things that your body can do and your body has been doing. You should be so grateful that your body is able to do such magnificent things. Give your body thanks. Give your mind thanks. And I thank you for joining me today. Again, my name is Nikki. Please come back and join me again. Namaste.